Hello everyone, my name's Ozzymitsu and today I'm bringing you yet another episode of my Evolution Solution series, but with a slight spin-off again. Usually this series involves me discussing a Pokemon with Evolite with its evolutionary counterpart. If you wanted to watch the first video of this series where I discuss the phenomenon in its entirety, click on the icon on the top right hand corner of your screen. But I've also included the link to the entire playlist in the description below for your convenience, so please enjoy. However, today I'm going to be comparing Cantonian Exeggutor and its regional variant found in the Alola region, but for the purpose of this video I will refer to the regional variant as Alolan Exeggutor. But you may be thinking, but Ozzy, neither Pokemon is capable of using Evolite, as they're both fully evolved Pokemon. This is true, but I thought I'd make another spin-off episode within the series, similarly with last week's video where I compared Ninetales and Alolan Ninetales. So let's get this analysis underway. Let's begin with Cantonian Exeggutor. As we all know, Cantonian Exeggutor evolves from Execute when exposed to a Leaf Stone. It is a grass psychic type, meaning it is weak to flying, poison, a 4 times weakness to bug, ghost, fire, ice and dark. Ooh, gee golly, that is a lot of weaknesses. But it does resist fighting, ground, water, grass, electric and psychic, but it has no immunities. It has 2 abilities which are Chlorophyll and Harvest. Chlorophyll essentially doubles a user's speed in sunlight, whilst its hidden ability Harvest has a 50% chance of the user's berry to be restored if it has been consumed. And it's most commonly used with a citrus berry for a somewhat lucky way of restoring some of your HP. Cantonian Exeggutor's stats aren't too impressive. Although it excels in special attack and has a mediocre physical and special defense stat, its speed stat is abysmal. Normally I wouldn't mind if a Pokemon was really slow if it had the defenses to make up for it, but Exeggutor doesn't even have that sadly. Even with Harvest relies too much on luck, so running an Exeggutor in competitive play is really risky. But I guess it'll make a good sweeper under the sun or Trick Room. Anyway, let's jump onto Pokemon Showdown and see what we can do, eh? I was thinking for doubles, pair Exeggutor with a Pokemon with Drought holding the Heat Rock, which will really help Exeggutor out. Give it the Chlorophyll ability to double its speed, run Psyshock for stab as well as Solar Beam, which has a nice high base power as well as being able to hit in one turn due to your ally having Drought up, Sludge Bomb and Ancient Power to cover 4 of its weaknesses. The EV set for this would be max special attack, max speed, a little bit in HP, go modest, a pop a life orb on that and wreak havoc. However, if you wanted more of defensive aka Aussie set, I personally run the following which is a lot of fun to use. Trick Room, Leech Seed, Infestation and Giga Drain. The EV spread for this would be 204 in HP, 52 in defense and 252 in special defense. Any speed decreasing nature like Sassy or Relax could go down really well. Of course, opt for the Harvest ability and give Exeggutor a citrus berry for more recovery. I'm not going to lie, this is a very high risk, high reward set, meaning if it goes wrong, it'll go terribly wrong. But if you're able to set it up, then you're laughing. The idea here is to set up Trick Room so you can go first, lock your opponent in with Infestation with nice chip damage. Leech Seed is just to stall it out a little bit, and of course Giga Drain for stab. Alternatively, you can swap out Trick Room for Psychic just in case you wanted 2 stab moves and you're good to go. Or you can opt for Toxic if you wanted to be really cheeky. Just be mindful that even with that EV spread, you're not as bulky as a Mega Ordino or Evolite Chansey, and a super effective hit will ruin your momentum, as well as knock off completely shutting down your Harvest strategy, and Taunt will really hinder your momentum even further. Let us move on to Alolan Exeggutor. Alolan Exeggutor evolves from Execute when exposed to a Leaf Stone within the Alola region. Alolan Exeggutor is a Grass Dragon type, meaning it is weak to flying, poison, bug. It does have a 4 times weakness to ice, weak to dragon and also fairy, whilst resisting ground, and has a quarter resistance to water, grass and electric. The part dragon typing in my opinion really helps it out. Not only does it have 3 quarter resistances due to this typing, but it means it loses one of its more common weaknesses it previously had. Fire. Yeah, it sucks it has a massive ice weakness, but look at Garchomp, Salamence and even Dragonite. They seem to be okay with that. Anyway, Alolan Exeggutor shares one ability with its lost long Cantonian brother. Or sister, Harvest, which as mentioned previously has a 50% chance of restoring a previously consumed berry. Just like Cantonian Exeggutor, it is obtained exclusively as a hidden ability. Primary ability is Frisk. This allows a Pokemon with this ability to check which item your foe is holding. In doubles however, an opponent at random is selected to be frisked. It can prove to be quite useful in some scenarios, so I wouldn't write it off too soon folks. It has similar stats to Cantonian Exeggutor in the sense that it has the same hit point, defense, special attack and special defense stat. The difference here is Alolan Exeggutor has a higher base physical attack stat, whilst having a lower base speed stat. It still shows it excels in special attack, but this to me suggests you can run a mixed Alolan Exeggutor set to really capitalise on those buffed offenses. Anyway, in terms of a moveset, I think what would work really well is the following. Trick Room, Sleep Powder, Leaf Storm and Flamethrower. Opt for the Frisk ability and have it hold the Psychium Z Crystal. So couple the Psychic Z Crystal with Trick Room, which means it will boost your accuracy, which will mean Sleep Powder is very unlikely to miss. Opt for optimal special attack, 244 in HP and a little bit in physical defense. Give it the Quiet Nature to boost its special attack whilst decreasing its speed, enabling it to benefit from its loss of 10 base speed stat from its Cantonian counterpart, which is further augmented under Trick Room. Another set I thought could work pretty well is the following. Max special attack, max HP and a little bit in speed. This is more of a constant switch in and switch out set. Opt for Leaf Storm, Draco Meteor, Sludge Bomb for its fairy weakness, and Flamethrower to cover its ice weakness, and because both its stab moves are resisted by steel. You can keep the Frisk ability whilst giving it choice specs to buff its special attack even further, ensuring an easy OHKO or a 2-hit KO at the very least. Reviewing the two from an analytic standpoint, Alolan Exeggutor stats are more versatile, so you can keep your opponent guessing in terms of what kind of set you're going for. You can play as a wall, a mixed sweeper, or even a Trick Room Revenge Killer. The typing war is also another win to Alolan Exeggutor, although the Grass Dragon typing gives it fewer resistances, where it does resist are mainly quarter resistances, and Alolan Exeggutor also has fewer weaknesses, whereas Cantonian Exeggutor still retains a 4x weakness with the addition of weaknesses to common types like fire and ice. Yes, it can be argued a 4x weakness to ice is worse than fire. I just can't help but feel the resistances Alolan Exeggutor does have, it is a pretty good trade-off in my opinion. In terms of their abilities, I feel like Cantonian Exeggutor wins the battle here. It makes use of Harvest far better than Alolan Exeggutor can, and whilst Frisk is a good ability for Alolan Exeggutor if you want to play it as a scout for what kind of item your opponent is holding, especially if you intend on switching out after a few Leaf Storms or a Draco, it in my opinion doesn't really benefit from Harvest as well as Cantonian Exeggutor can. Cantonian Exeggutor also gets access to Chlorophyll, which adds to its versatility in competitive play. If you feel like a Trick Room set is too obvious, go for a Drought double set with Chlorophyll to play the role of a sweeper without having to worry about wasting a turn setting up or using an item slot when your ally can assist you with having Drought, meaning you can kick some grass from turn 1 due to its monstrous special attack stat. But what do I think taking competitive play out of the question? Honestly, Exeggutor has always been one of my favourite Kanto Pokemon, but due to the increase of Alolan Exeggutor memes, its long neck and its derpy face, I'm team Alolan Exeggutor on this one. What about you guys? Which Pokemon do you prefer? Cantonian Exeggutor or Alolan Exeggutor? Be sure to let me know by leaving a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If this video has whet your appetite for more similar videos, ensure to click on the iCard on the top right hand corner of your screen, which will take you to the entire Evolution Solution playlist, where you can enjoy a host of different videos at your own leisure. Alternatively, I have placed the link to the playlist in the description below for your convenience, so please enjoy. On that note, thank you everyone for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you did, please leave this video a thumbs up, as that really helps me out, as well as subscribing to my channel so you never miss a video from me. Ensure to follow me on all my social media platforms, and with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!